behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a great interview coming up in just a moment or two. But before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell. And anytime a new episode comes your way, you'll be notified. And leave a comment on the comment section if you like. We'd love to hear from you there. And also, if you're on Facebook, go to facebook.com/Paul Mash TV. All of our interviews are there, and you can also send us an inbox and comment the things there. And we'd love for you to email us. So if you type in PaulMashTV, all one word, at gmail.com, send us an email. And if you're a band or a solo artist, we'll show you how to be on the show. But if you're just simply a fan, which we love fan mail, you can send us a letter that way. And all this is going to be recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Chilliwack, British Columbia, Canada, we have Tara Kai. And she's a very awesome artist, and I think you're going to agree with me here. And we'll get to that in just a second because it starts right now. Okay, everybody, it's interview time again. And with us from Chilliwack, British Columbia, Canada, we have Tara Kai with us today. Thanks for joining us, Tara.
Thank you very much for inviting me here for an interview today, Paul.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you here today. And the first question I always ask, because everybody has their own story, but tell us a little bit about how you decided you wanted to become an artist.
Well, I think I first started wanting to become an artist when I was about 8 years old, and I saw Grease with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, and Olivia Newton-John is like my ultimate idol. Like, she's such a classy, beautiful lady with such a gorgeous voice, and she's always upheld some really important moral values that I think that we need to come back to. And so right from about 8 years old, I always wanted to sing, and my mom would get really frustrated because she worked really hard and she didn't want to have all the noise, so she would be like, "Don't sing, just be quiet, just be quiet." And so I've wanted to sing my whole life. I went to UBC, I became a biochemist and a genetic engineer, and then my gift to me was to take opera training, and I learned how to sing in French, German, English, Italian, and Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that that was my gift to me because since I was 8 years old, I always wanted to be a singer-songwriter. And so I had to first of all get a career to be able to support myself, and then go into music as well. So I love writing and I love singing, and I've really been focusing on the singing and songwriting aspect for 20 years now, 25 years now.
Well, that's a lot of years, and yeah, that movie Grease is obviously a classic, and especially when you got a legendary musician like Olivia Newton-John. I mean, she. It's too bad that we lost her just recently, but yeah, that was a pretty good movie. Tell everybody what your influences are, the one that helped you become the artist you are today.
The influences?
Mm-hmm.
I would say that I was really, really strongly influenced by glam rock in the 1978-80 situation. We had some amazing artists. We had, Steven Tyler of Aerosmith.
Mm-hmm.
We had Pat Benatar. We had Cyndi Lauper, Eurythmics, the Go-Go's. What I really liked about that glam rock era was the fun. The songs were fun. They were fluffy, like The Cars and Loverboy, and they didn't take life too seriously, right? And you could sing along to the lyrics and you would feel great. Like My Best Friend's Girl, it's really an awful song when you think about it, but you sing along and you kind of like laugh about it, right? And so I liked that idea, and so I decided to incorporate some of those ideas, and my album is very much like The Cars, where every single song on the album is different, or Madonna, where every single song on the album is different, or my ultimate idol is Barbra Streisand, Celine Dion, Olivia Newton-John, and Lady Gaga and Taylor Swift. I mean, we've got some Shakira, Katy Perry. I don't know. I guess you could say that I'm really quite enamored by every single famous person I've ever seen. They've got something about each one of them really draws me in, whether it's Shakira, Shake Your Hips, or J-Lo in Spanish, or Carlos Santana on that guitar, or Steven Tyler. Obviously, I love his screams. He's got the most amazing screams ever, right? And the way that he bends his notes and stuff like that. And unfortunately for me, I had somebody great to look up to like that. But unfortunately for me, because I learned some habits that I've had a really hard time to break, like bending and those sorts of things. And I get nailed. My producer's like, "Don't do that," and I'm like, "Oh gosh, I know where that came from."
Yeah, and obviously,
I don't want to miss a thing.
yeah, obviously the '80s bands were mostly my favorites because I was a teenager back in the '80s, so I remember a lot of those groups, and there's a lot of classic ones there.
Yeah.
And well, tell everybody how we can get your music. I mean, I'm sure it's on all streaming platforms, but give us any social media you have out there as well.
Well, I am under @Tarakai, @TARAKYE.
Hmm.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Amazon, iTunes. My YouTube channel is a bit different, and that's only because I made a mistake and I put my last name there, so it's under Tara Kai Mains, and my LinkedIn is under Tara Kai Mains too. I've also got a Twitter account @Tara Kai 2017, and I'd love very much for you to come out and enjoy my music. I've got a Tara Kai playlist on YouTube, and I have a website, www.tarakaimusic.com. And I'll be going on tour soon.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes.
I'm sure they can find out where the dates are and go check you out there.
Yes, we're going to be called the Good Friends Tour.
Hmm.
We're going to start off in Ohio and go down the eastern side of the USA, back up through Texas and back to Ohio, take a month break. Then we're going to start off in Calgary, Alberta, and trail down into California, and then back to St. Louis. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead and give her an email or send her a message on all those social media platforms and make sure you download her music. I know she would love you for that. And we're getting ready to watch this song. Let me see. I forgot the name of it. It's in Spanish, I think, but
It's also in English, so it's My Love, I Love You More.
mhm.
And it translates over into Spanish, Mi amor, te amo más. And it's my belief that when you get together with your ultimate partner or your husband, that it's up to us as to how our relationship goes. And so it's about meeting somebody, falling in love with somebody, and giving more of yourself than you would expect to give just because you love that person. So it's not a 50-50 relationship. It's, you know what? I love you. I love you more. I'm going to compete with you and show you how much more I love you than you love me.
Yeah,
That's
that's the way to go.
that's my dream, yes.
All right, we'll watch that in just a moment. But before we get into that, Tara, thank you so much for being on the show. Come back on the show anytime you got something new to plug. We'll have you back on.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to be on your show today, Paul.
Okay, no problem. And here it is by Tara Kai, and it starts right now.
Life waits for no one who's scared to take a chance. Miles away, what if I never see you? How will I ever leave? I hear you talking, but when will I need you? I hear your whisper, cold as rain. Where can I find you? I know that you're waiting. I hear you talking, but it ain't the same. Losing my mind. How I need you. Perdiendo mi mente. Oh, como te necesito. My heart's in your hands, feeling defenseless. My soul is restless, crossing forest skies, lost in the dream of being with you. I feel your breath when I close my eyes, losing my mind. How I need you, perdiéndome de ti. Oh, como te necesito. You are my everything. Eres mi todo. Mi amor, te amo más. I love you more. I put my whole self in my life. I won't go halfway. You caught me by surprise. I'd rather live the fantasy. I'm feeling free, dreaming of life in my reality. I just want no limits, for here and all eternity. You are my everything. Eres mi todo. Mi amor, te amo más. I love you more. You are my everything. Eres mi todo. Mi amor, te amo más. I love you more. Mi